Okay, and we are live. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with this evening's live stream. We're going to look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press today, some comments that have been left on videos in recent times too, and we'll also take a look at the comment section, check out what is happening in that comment section that I have here to my right on the screen. Now, we'll get straight into the news. And the first story here today regarding Spain's difficult immigration problems, especially with people that come from African countries into the Canaries. And it is that the government has agreed with the Canary Islands to distribute 2,500 unaccompanied minors to other communities. The Minister of Territorial Policy, Victor Ángel Torres, has assured after meeting with the President of the Canary Islands, Fernando Clavijo, that a legislative modification will be made so that territories affected by an emergency migratory contingency such as the Canary Islands, Ceuta or Melilla can distribute unaccompanied minor migrants among the other communities as long as their number exceeds 150%. In the case of the Canary Islands, this figure has been put at 2,500 minors. The issue has been discussed at the sectoral conference with the communities, but if there's no final agreement, what the state says will prevail in order to redistribute all accompanied minors when the percentage exceeds 150% of what territory can accommodate, the minister told the media at a press conference. So basically, what's happening here is that people, when they arrive to the Canary Islands or Ceuta or Melilla from one of these African countries, whether it's Morocco, whether it's Senegal, whether it's Mali, there's a lot of kids with them who come alone, unaccompanied, as we saw there, and these children, as we're seeing here, being distributed to the other autonomous communities around the country from the Canary Islands because the situation there is out of control. Not enough room to house these 2,500 unaccompanied minors or youngsters, as we saw there. Where are the parents? I've got no idea. Maybe they got lost on the way. I have no idea. Maybe the parents send these kids to Europe trying to get them a better start in life or more opportunities. I don't know. But of course, every autonomous community in Spain having to take in, let's say, what the government tells them to do when it comes to these unaccompanied minors. Second piece of news here, and a lack of judicial coordination allows the escape of a Mocro Mafia boss arrested in Spain. And if you're not familiar with the Mocro Mafia, it is Moroccan Mafia. What was initially a great police success has turned into a judicial fiasco. Karim Boyakarich-Chan, alias Taxi, considered one of the main capos of the Macro Mafia, or Mocro Mafia, I think it should be, and for this reason, one of the most wanted criminals by authorities in the Netherlands, is unaccounted for after an alleged lack of coordination between the Malaga Provincial Court, where he was being investigated for an alleged money laundering offence following his arrest, and the National Court, which was processing the extradition request by the European country. The Netherlands accuses Boyakarich of being one of the alleged ringleaders of the Mocro Mafia, a criminal structure whose members are mainly of Maghrebi origin that is based in the Netherlands, and where it has even defied its authorities by threatening Princess Amalia of Orange, who had to go into hiding in Spain for a year, and Prime Minister Mark Rutte, or Rutte, or however they pronounce that name there. So a lack of judicial coordination allowing the escape of a mafia boss in Spain. He was arrested in Marbella, and as we saw there, the Dutch authorities patting themselves on the back because this key crime figure was arrested in Spain. But of course, a mix-up between the two Spanish authorities here, the two judicial authorities, allowed him to be released, and subsequently no one knows where he is. And the Netherlands is not happy because he had threatened the Princess of Orange, as they call it there, who was forced to live in Spain. As we saw there, she was living in Spain for a year, worried about her life because of the threats from these Moroccan mafia. And, of course, no problems for her to live in Spain because she is a Spanish speaker, her mum being from Argentina, of course. So probably blended in fairly well in Spain, keeping out of sight of this Mocro Mafia. And the final piece of news, which is the most dangerous community in Spain, autonomous community in Spain, that is. Robbery and insecurity are on the rise on Spanish streets, although the country ranks as the 29th safest country in the world, according to the Global Peace Index. We are still far from the top. Although some areas of Spain continue to be very peaceful, there are cities that have become more dangerous. But what parameters are used to decide which city is the most insecure in the country? In order to rank the most dangerous cities in Spain, it is necessary to use criteria that provide a coherent and reliable list. The most common way of measuring citizen insecurity is through the crime rate published by the Ministry of the Interior. So which are the most dangerous autonomous communities in Spain, I hear you asking? Well, Catalonia, 443,358 cases of conventional crime. The Catalan community tops the list of crimes in the country. Moreover, the crime rate has increased by 5.6% compared to the previous year. The most frequently committed crime is theft. Madrid, number 2, 330,218 cases of conventional crime. On the other hand, its rate has been reduced by 1.5% compared to 2022. Andalusia comes in next, third on the list, 332,242 cases of that same type of crime. Its rate has also increased by 3.1% compared to the previous year. And number 4, the Comunidad Valenciana, the Valencian community, 237,481 cases of crime. Another of the autonomous communities where the rate has increased by 3.9%. So Madrid seeing a decrease in crime, but Catalonia up 5.6, Andalusia up 3.1, and Valencia, the Valencian community, up 3.9%. So, interesting statistics there. Crime is going up. What are the reasons? If you have a theory as to what the reasons are, please let us know in that comment section below or in the chat section if you are watching live this evening. Let us know. And we'll go into the comment section now. We'll check out what is happening there in the comment section. First one, that was the article. First one here from Beetle Tat. I'm a Brit who works online, and I always spend January, February, and March in Nerja near Malaga for that reason. It is beautiful and warm. I swim in the sea every day. I will then go somewhere else for the summer months. Great videos, as always, keeping everyone traveling to Spain informed. Yeah, thank you very much for the comment here. For liking the videos and saying that I keep people informed, which is the objective, of course, of these videos. And a digital nomad, no doubt, working in Spain, January, February, March, in that Nerja region down there in Malaga, because the weather is a lot better than other parts of Europe especially. And then when it gets too hot, old Beetle Tat packs his bags and heads off to milder climates, whether it be here in Spain in the north or some other European country where the weather is a bit milder during those European summer months. But thanks for that. And of course, we mentioned this the other day. Somebody said that tourism in Malaga becoming more or less an 11-month of the year thing nowadays because of that good winter weather. You can get out on the golf course, you can go to the beach, you can have a swim like this person said, and enjoy the good Andalusian weather. One here from Jorge. Hi Stu, when you purchase a home in Spain, I have noticed the breakdown of fees on Idealista, sizable tax and fees to be paid at closing. My question is, can you expect to have to fork over such a sizable tax yearly, or is it much less than what you had to pay at the initial purchase? By the way, big fan of the vlog and your knowledge of all things Iberian. Keep up the good work. Yeah, thanks, Jorge or George. When it comes to yearly property taxes, you have to pay a thing called the IBI, Impuesto de Bienes Inmuebles, I think it is. And it can range in price according to your local town hall, because it's the town hall that sets the fees with regard to that property tax. To give you an idea, if you live in a house where I live, you pay around €1,000 a year, maybe a bit more. That includes rubbish collection as well. I think it also includes a no parking area in front of your garage. They could be things you pay extra, but around €1,000, a little bit more. If you live in a flat in a city like Madrid, depending on the size of the flat, because it all depends on the size, you'll pay less or more if it's bigger or smaller. So roughly, that is something that you need to go by. But I think in general, the taxes are a lot less than what you have to pay when you buy a property. But if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section below. In Portugal, the same. You only have to pay the IMI, it's called there, IMI. And again, it works out to a price on the size of your property. So that's what you need to take in mind. But in Portugal, let's say for a 100 square meter apartment in a smaller municipality, not in Lisbon, of course, probably around 250, maybe €300 a year for that. So I hope that gives you an idea. 1, 2, 3, Sean away. Anyone who decides not to visit a country because of rule changes for the better is probably doing the country a favour. Yeah, I would agree with this comment from 1, 2, 3. Why visit a country if you're not planning to respect the rules? Why do you come down here deliberately to run amok, to do things that you would not do in your own backyard on a Friday or Saturday night, which unfortunately is the case for some, not all. The majority of people respect the rules and regulations, and if you can't smoke here, you can't smoke there. People respect that. If you have to put on a shirt when you leave a beach area, no problem, rather than walking through the town with the shirt off. Nobody wants to see a bare-chested individual, especially one that is layered with tats, which we often see in some of the seaside resorts here. So put a shirt on if the rules say that you have to, and abide by the rules. Thanks, 1, 2, 3. One here from Peggy. The GV hasn't fueled the housing in Spain. It's NLVs and DNVs, types of visa, South American and EU immigration, Airbnb holiday let investment, plus damaging legislation regarding inheritance tax and being a landlord. Who will get the blame once the GV is no longer available? Somebody else, obviously Peggy, will get the blame when there is no other, when they can't blame the golden visa anymore. The golden visa is a fairly easy visa to blame. It's a big money visa, €500,000, so you have to have a fair bit of money to be able to afford it in the first place, or sell up everything that you've got in order to get your hands on that visa. Being scrapped, as we know, not sure when exactly, but we also know that Portugal has said that they're going to do the same thing. Ireland has also said that. But to answer Peggy's question here, basically somebody else will get the blame, because somebody always gets the blame, right? Another one here from Jose Antonio. A Portuguese friend of mine who lives in Porto has to pay a lot for rent, and it's impossible for him to buy an apartment due to the same problems as other tourist cities in Spain, and also because of the golden visa, which is off in Portugal already, or has been removed from Portugal already. He is too young to have 2 babies. Some laws and regulations, perhaps made up by politicians and policymakers with the best of intentions, have proven bad in practice, but they are always harmful to the same people, not to the few who made money. Absolutely right there, Jose Antonio, and the problems in Porto, in Lisbon, in other parts of Portugal as well, because of this tourist phenomena, the Airbnb phenomena, and locals have been kicking up a stink in Portugal for over a year now, forcing the government to react as well. And it's starting to happen in Spain, so it's like a domino effect. It happens somewhere and just continues in other places as well, as locals get fed up with this. Good intentions, maybe? Well, we know that when the golden visa scheme was introduced in the European Union, a lot of countries were on their knees. There was that global financial crisis. The euro was at risk of disappearing. All of the countries had, a lot of the southern European countries especially, had debt issues. They called them the pigs, I think, at the time, and there was a lot of speculation about whether these economies would be able to continue in the way that they were going. Portugal had an intervention. It had a troika intervention. We saw what happened in Greece. And one of the ideas was to get foreign capital into the country by providing a visa scheme for people to live. And that's what people did. And now it's been scrapped because of political backlash, and also because we saw that it's a toxic type of policy. I think that was the term used by the Financial Times a couple of weeks ago. It's a toxic policy nowadays, and a little bit on the nose with locals. We saw that one from Peggy. This one here from John. Any chance Spain could send some of their unwanted, in brackets, tourists to Ireland? We could do with them. Ireland's tourism is falling off a cliff. Seriously, be careful what you wish for. Love the channel, Stu. Yeah, John, thanks for that. Didn't know if, anyway, I don't know much, I should say, about tourism in Ireland. I know that Ireland is having its own problems at the moment when it comes to affordable accommodation for all of the people that are heading to that part of the world to work in the buoyant Irish economy. And I thought the tourism industry was also going great guns, but maybe not, according to John here. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. As I mentioned the other day, John, people are not hoping that tourism disappears completely. They just want a more sustainable model. They want to reset the model, to use that word. They want to reset the tourism model, if possible. During COVID, we know that the tourism sector was screaming out for people to come back, but now, when too many people have come back, they're starting to complain. And this is not only for foreign tourists. You would get that impression, given that the signs put up, or the graffiti and slogans put up around the place are in English, but it's also for local tourism as well. I imagine people that travel from other parts of the country to these places, also creating stress on the existing infrastructures and getting under the local skin. And the final one here from at 57U, a new member to the channel. Legendary episode. I enjoy your show every day, Stu, but most days cannot catch the live stream, but I do when I can. Today's comment about that stay in your lane bloke had me spitting out my Verdejo white wine just now. Nice one. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. At 57U, channel member, as I said. And I told somebody basically to go jump in the proverbial lake the other day, who told me to stay in my own lane, don't talk about things that I don't know about. Well, basically I can talk about whatever I want here because it's my channel. So that's the end of the conversation as far as that criticizer is concerned. But thanks for that, and glad you enjoyed the banter, let's say, at 57U. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to change the backdrop photo. Time to go into the chat section in just a moment. This one was sent in from regular contributor and viewer Barbara, who was recently in Zaragoza, and she sent through a picture of the Pilar Basilica, I think it is. Not a cathedral. People have told me that it is a basilica, I think. A difference, of course, in classification. Magnificent building on the banks of the Ebro River there in Zaragoza. And this picture taken, I would say, I don't know whether that would be a sunset or a sunrise. I don't know what side of the river the cathedral falls on, but one or the other, sunset or sunrise. I'm sure that Barbara will be able to enlighten us on that fact. So thanks, Barbara, for sending that one through. And if you've got a similar picture that you would like to see on the backdrop, the email address is this one here at spainspeaks at gmail.com. If you've got some news that you would like to bring to my attention, anything that you would like to bring to my attention, that's the email address, spainspeaks at gmail.com. Like button also going on the screen. We're currently at 63 likes. If you haven't hit it yet, please consider doing so. Just below the video, you will find the like button. People that have supported the channel in recent times, somebody bought me 3 coffees yesterday. Thanks for that. People that have joined the channel recently, like the last commenter that we saw. I can't remember the handle there, at understroke 57U or underscore, sorry. Whether it's on the super thanks option, people that support the channel that way, or longer term supporters on Patreon, thanks for that. And also people that have joined the channel in recent times for $1.99 a month, early access to content and fresh content coming out soon. I'm working on it. Links in the description below also to support the channel. Now, into the chat section I'm going to go. Let me organize it here. Let's see what's going on. Let me scroll up to the top. Barbara, the author of the photo, coming in today, valued member 2. Playa Flamenca currently 17 degrees Celsius. Cool today after some overnight rain. There we go. Thanks, Barbara, for that. Great photo also. Andrew, bit cool and cloudy in Armarinha today. Sani's coming in also from Basingstoke. Stephen, regular valued member, coming in from a cold and cloudy North London. Thank you very much for that, Stephen. High Flyer John coming in also, valued member, from a cold and windy Essex, United Kingdom. Jose Antonio, we saw a comment from him also. The most dangerous place in Spain are the same as those in countries where something, not sure where that is, let us know. Greetings from Ciudad Real, says Jose Antonio. I follow some if I can. The photo is not from the most dangerous place for sure. No, that's right. But as we saw, theft is the big problem. And theft is a problem in all cities, unfortunately. People will steal your belongings if they see an opportunity to do so. Why? I don't know. But they do. Janet, regular viewer and valued member, coming in from Oxford. 123. We saw a comment from 123 before as well. County Waterford. Sunny and warm there. So spring or even summer maybe come early to Ireland. Leslie coming in from a hot Murcia. So cool on the coast, warm in Murcia, sorry. What else? Gillian coming in here also from a slightly cooler Torrevieja. Hope we've all had a good day. Thanks for that. Old guy doing stuff, a.k.a. Grant, coming in from Siedo, up there in Asturias, in the north of Spain. Greetings. Mugga coming in from El Campello, just off for a week of soft days in Ireland to enjoy the sunny weather, of course. Melanie, why is he fear-mongering? Every single country on this planet has its rough spots. Just boring now. Thanks, Melanie, for your input. Quite welcome to it, as am I, to highlight a news story that I saw in the paper. Thank you very much. What else we got going on here? Let's have a look. Pamela coming in also, warmer there. Renan coming in from LA, sunny and cloudy. Oh, sorry, not cloudy, saying hello to everyone, but sorry, not sunny, cloudy there in LA. 3 rich communities and 1 poor one. That's it when it comes to crime. Crime statistics, yeah, the richer areas suffering more, unfortunately. Jose Antonio saying, I wonder where those digital nomads pay their taxes. Good question, Jose Antonio. We might be able to get an answer from a digital nomad. We will see where they pay their tax. Of course, it depends where you spend the most amount of your time. If you spend more than 183 days here in Spain, you would be obliged to pay taxes here. If you spent 3 months here, 3 months somewhere else, I don't know. Taraz coming in from Denver Metro, Aurora County, sunny, bit chilly, beautiful day there. Leslie says, I've never paid that property tax, but then we are off the grid with no rubbish collection or water, etc. Yeah, Leslie, those are council taxes that you pay when you have a property. As far as I know, you don't pay anything else. You pay insurance, of course, to the bank. You might pay for some other type of municipal service, of course. But if you're off grid, yeah, of course you have to pay your utilities, your electrics. But again, for you, no. Darren, I hope you've been well. Working in Essex, had a flat tyre and cam belt gone on the van in the same day. Now back home in Sidcup watching, chilling, watching the live stream. Thanks, Darren. Ian R. I work from home in the UK. My company is clear that I cannot work remotely in Spain because of tax. There we go. Can't work in Spain remotely because of that very issue, tax. Ireland was one of the so-called pigs. I often wonder why other countries haven't taken the same hard decisions we took to have the economy rebound into a very strong position. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It's because Ireland did, Ireland is a privileged country because of the language aspect, of course. Also, its position between for the businesses that want to get into the European Union, especially those big American tech companies, of course. The lower tax rates is always going to be attractive, where you're going to pay 10% corporate tax or 25 or more here in Spain. Easy decision, right? And also, as I said, a skilled workforce because of the English language. So if a company like, I don't know, Microsoft or Hewlett-Packard or Google or somebody comes to Spain and a lot of their business is going to be in English, they're not going to be able to get qualified staff to work in their offices. Of course, in the Spanish language, yes, but not in English. And that's where Ireland also is in a privileged position. And of course, given that the neighbouring country has left the European Union, more opportunities in a EU country. I was watching a show on YouTube yesterday about a guy who, I think it's called Brits in the Sun or something, and a guy living down in Malaga or somewhere, or maybe in Alicante, and he's a butcher. And he used to get all of his supply from the UK, but of course, Brexit, thank you very much, now gets it all from Ireland. So the Irish rubbing their hands with glee, no doubt. Or not, I don't know. What else we got going on here? Sunset at Zaragoza. Thanks, Barbara, for that. Sunset. Jose Antonio lived on the right side of the photo in the Arrabal of Zaragoza. Bob, like 42. One problem of tourists, Bob, also a valued member, is that town council tourist officers travel to Madrid to the annual trade fair to promote their area to travel companies, not helping the problem. Yeah, it's a huge industry, Bob, right? I know people that come to Madrid for the tourist fair every year from different parts of Spain. They come down, spend a few days here, promote their town or rural houses or villages or whatever, trying to get people to go there. And now too many people are going to some places. That's it. David coming in from Tenerife, weather perfect down there also. Taraz is saying here that, Martin replying to Taraz, the tax is paid where their employment is registered, i.e. a company in Dublin, tax paid in Ireland. Yes. Jimbo is back in Madrid. Teresa is saying, did I mention which places are most dangerous? Yeah, the autonomous communities. It wasn't cities, Teresa. It was autonomous communities, and Catalonia was the one with the most amount of crime, up 5-point-something%, was it? So crime on the rise there. Again, where in Catalonia, don't know. Barcelona, maybe, the big cities. Your city could be safe. And I must say that whenever I travel to cities around Spain, as I do quite frequently, I never have an issue. But then again, I move quickly. I don't stand around in the one place for too long. I try not to look too much like a tourist, even though I walk with a camera in my hand. But I'm always aware of what's going on around me. And I've been lucky so far, but I'll touch wood. Matin saying, get a better job or move somewhere you can afford. Nobody forcing you to live in Portugal. I don't know what this comment is referring to. Maybe to somebody, maybe a comment that we saw there. Nobody's forcing you to live in Portugal, except for the fact that you were born there, and your mother probably lives in the same city, and your father and your family, and you like living there, and you would like to be able to live there. But unfortunately, the price for being a local sometimes is too much for people to afford. So I don't know whether I would agree with that, Martin. Valencia seems like a wonderful city. Correction there. Thank you for that. Manuel coming in from Valencia, off the bid building. I have to pay the garbage tax for it. Why is that? Don't know. Where do you take your garbage, Manuel? That might be the question. You must take it somewhere, or do you just put it in your in a landfill on your property? I don't know. But if you take it to a bin somewhere, then obviously the council has to empty the bin, I would say. And Chris, thanks for the information. I had a great time in Alicante over the last 2 weeks. Shame about the vandalism. All the best from Cardiff. Cardiff. I was going to say Cardiff in Spain, but it's Cardiff in Wales. Archibald Dixon. Don't know what that refers to, but anyway. Now, that's all I've got here in the chat section. Thank you very much for watching this evening. I'll wrap it up now. We got up to 85 likes, so we didn't crack the 100 today, but if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit it. It's always a good metric on YouTube to hit that like button, the interaction, as they say. I'll be back again on Thursday with another live stream. I posted a video today, a walk-around video. If you're interested, check that one out, Manzanares in Ciudad Real. So check that video out if you're interested. More videos tomorrow, regular news video tomorrow, live stream again on Thursday. Hope to see you there. Hasta luego, hasta entonces. Adios. Bye for now.